The body scan is a practice of noticing different physical sensations in our body as they come up in the present moment, without judging them as good or bad. We rest our attention on different areas in the body and observe sensations that might be present. We don't force a feeling, and if we don't observe any sensations, then we notice that too. So finding a time and a place that you won't be disturbed, not by phone calls, family, or work, and doing the practice as best as you can, following the guiding, but always doing what's best for you. And respecting your body, settling into either lying down or sitting down, and checking in to make sure that you're comfortable and have enough support. How you sit or lie down for this practice is less important than the attention you bring to it. So checking in right now that you're comfortable, that you have enough support, that you're warm enough. And allowing your eyes to close, or if it's more comfortable, allowing your gaze to fall a few feet in front of you. If you're lying down, having your hands lying at your sides and your feet turned outwards a little bit. Taking a moment to feel the support of the mat or whatever surface you're lying or sitting on, and the points of support and contact on the body, such as the feet, legs, back, and head. All the places in the body that are connecting you to the ground and the earth. We're not trying to do anything or get anywhere. Trying to relax will just create more tension. So checking to see if you can let go of the tendency of wanting things to be a certain way and letting things be however they are. Noticing any sensations or thoughts that might be coming up in your body and mind, and accepting whatever's happening in this moment. I'll leave spaces in between the guiding for you to take a moment and observe your body's sensations. And now noticing the actual physical sensations of the breath. Noticing the rhythm of the breath as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Observing sensations in your stomach, in your chest, your throat, in your nostrils. And noticing the tendency of the mind to want to control the breath. Just allowing the breath to be just as it is. And witnessing your breath moment by moment. You're an observer, an investigator into your breath and your body sensations. So becoming aware of the breath moving in your body and noticing where you feel the breath most. It could be the nostrils as the air goes in and out. It could be the back of the throat as the air flows in and out, or the chest as it expands and contracts with the air filling the lungs, or maybe the stomach as it rises and falls with each in-breath and out-breath. So choosing where you're going to observe the breath and where you'll place your attention. So it could be the nostrils, the chest, the stomach. And resting all your attention here right now. Not thinking about breathing, but feeling it. Each in-breath and each out-breath, and allowing yourself to be with the flow of air coming in and coming out. You'll notice that the mind wanders and takes you to thoughts or a stream of thoughts about the past, or worries, plans about the future, daydreams, and you're no longer in the present moment. When you notice that the mind has wandered off, gently but firmly, bringing your attention back to observing body sensations without judgment. It's normal for the mind to wander, so not seeing it as a problem or giving yourself a hard time. The mind is curious, it jumps all around. That's just the nature of the mind. And when you're ready, on the next in-breath, imagining that your entire body is hollow and is accepting the air through the nostrils, all the way down through the stomach. And now it'll take you all the way down to the left foot and the big toe on the left foot. And taking a moment to notice any sensations that there might be in the big toe. Sensations like tingling, coolness, warmth, heaviness, pressure, the sensation of air, or maybe nothing at all. Just being aware of your attention in your big toe. And now expanding your awareness to the rest of the toes. Can you feel the air between the toes? Can you differentiate between the toes? And now expanding your awareness to the rest of the left foot. The ball of the foot, the arch, the heel. And maybe taking a moment to appreciate how this part of the foot helps us to walk and keep our balance and keep us steady. And now breathing into the left foot and letting that part of the body fade into the background. And moving your attention to the ankle and noticing any sensations that might be there right now. And now moving your focus to the calf. The fleshy part that's making contact with the floor, and the shin with the bone in the front. And taking a moment to notice any sensations that might be in that part of the leg. And moving your awareness now to your knee. The knee bone, the kneecap, around the knee. Any sensations that might be coming from there. And on the next out breath, moving your awareness to the top part of the leg, the thigh. You might notice different sensations or thoughts as you go through different parts of the body. And seeing if you can just let those be just as they are. And now moving your attention to the hip and how the hip rests in the hip socket. And just trying to be fully present with all sensations. And noting when there are no sensations. And now breathing into the entire left leg. And imagining the air moving through our body, down our body, all the way down to the right side, down the right leg, and breathing all the way down to the right foot and the big toe. And noticing any sensations, or maybe none at all, but keeping your focus on the big toe on the right foot. And now expanding your awareness to the rest of your toes, in between the toes. And now moving your attention to the rest of the right foot. The ball of the foot, the arch, the heel. And just checking in with all those areas on the right foot. And on your next out breath, letting that part of the foot fade into the background and checking in with the right ankle. And now shifting your focus to the lower right leg, the calf, the shin, feeling the contact with the floor. And bringing attention now to the knee, and the kneecap, inside the knee, and all around the knee. And again, if there's any thoughts that are distracting or pulling at your attention, every time you become aware of this, coming back to noticing the sensations in the body. And now moving up to the upper right leg and observing the thigh and any sensations coming from here. Exploring the thigh and all the sensations around it. And as you breathe out, letting that part of the body go and focusing on the hip socket, the hip resting in the socket. And observing the entire pelvic region. Noticing any sensations in the buttocks. And the lower abdomen. And noticing if you're holding anything here in your stomach. The stomach is an area where many of us feel a lot of different feelings, sometimes tension. So checking in with the stomach. And with the next out breath, bring your awareness to the lower back. It's an area that some people might have some discomfort. So taking a moment to notice any sensations that are there in the lower back. And now moving up to the middle back, the spine, the vertebrae, the space between the vertebrae, the ribs, and noticing your rib cage expanding with every breath and how it moves with every in-breath and every out-breath. And now observing the chest as it expands with each in-breath and contracts with every out-breath. And maybe taking a moment to appreciate what the lungs and the heart do for us every moment of every day. And now moving your attention to the shoulder blades in the upper back. Maybe noticing the contact that the shoulder blades make with the chair or the floor or the mat. And now shifting your focus to your shoulders. This is another area that might hold some tension or a feeling like we carry a lot on our shoulders. So checking to see if you can soften or let go of whatever you might be carrying on your shoulders. And now we're going to bring our awareness to our arms and our hands, and we're going to do both at the same time. So observing our forearms, our biceps, any sensations coming from there. Bring your awareness to our elbows. And continuing down to our forearms. Checking in with any sensations that might be there, or maybe no sensations at all. And now bring your awareness to our hands on both sides, the palms of our hands, the back of our hands, our fingers, our knuckles and joints. Checking in with each finger. And here too, taking a moment to appreciate everything that our hands do for us every day. And on the next out breath, we'll imagine our breath coming all the way back up the arms, through the shoulders, and we're going to shift the awareness now to the neck. The neck that holds our head on our shoulders. The neck also might hold some tension or different sensations, so checking in right now with the neck. And now we're going to move our attention to the face. So starting with your chin, noticing any sensations that might be there. And now focusing on your mouth, including your lips, tongue, teeth, gums, the roof of your mouth. And observing any sensations that might be coming from there. And now observing the jaw. That's another area that you might clench or hold some tension in. So taking a moment to check in with this area. And now moving your focus to your cheeks and cheekbones. And seeing if you can soften the muscles in your face. Just letting your face be as it is. And now bringing awareness to the nose. And maybe the sensation of breathing right now as the air enters your nostrils and the air leaves your nostrils. Maybe bringing a certain curiosity to the air that comes in. Is it warm? Is it cool? How does it feel? And now moving your attention to your eyes, the eyebrows, the space between the eyes, and the entire forehead, from one temple to the other. And since the forehead is also an area sometimes we might hold some tension, intentionally softening around this area with every out-breath. Just imagining letting any tension that might be there, letting it go. And now bringing your focus to your ears and how it is to be hearing right now. The process of hearing at this moment. Hearing my voice, maybe hearing other sounds around you, within you. And now bringing your attention to your head, the top of your head, the crown of your head, your hair, your skull. Just checking in with any sensations that might be here right now. And breathing into the entire head. Maybe feeling the contact that your head is making with the floor, with the chair. And imagining that there's a shaft that starts from the top of your head and that you can breathe into that shaft from the top of your head. And imagine and notice the air going all the way through your body. All the way through, all the way down. And that shaft extends all the way down to the bottom of the feet. And the air leaves the feet. And when your breath leaves your body, it comes right back in through the bottom of the feet. All the way up, slowly through the body. comes back out again through the top of your head. So just allowing your breath to breathe. Imagining your body breathing as a whole. Allowing the energy to come through your body. And maybe even each breath taking away some tension or tightness. So staying here as long as you want. Noticing your breath. Imagining your breath. Imagining your body breathing as a whole. And you can either choose to continue in this stillness or at your own pace, starting to move your fingers a little or your toes, stretching in any way that feels right. And taking a moment to thank yourself for taking care of yourself in this way. And remembering that you have this breath as an anchor anytime you need it. And now taking your time, and whenever it's right for you, allowing your eyes to slowly open, refocusing your attention to your surroundings.